away, but Lord Capulet, Juliet's father, stopped him. He did not want any trouble to ruin his feast. Later, after their first dance and a stolen kiss, Romeo and Juliet both learned the terrible truth. He was a Montague, and she was a Capulet. They had fallen in love with their greatest enemy. Their hearts were filled with both joy and despair. Unable to go home after the party, Romeo climbed over the wall into the Capulet's orchard. He hid in the shadows below a balcony, hoping to see Juliet again. Just then, Juliet appeared on the balcony above. She thought she was all alone and began to speak her thoughts out loud to the stars. She spoke of her love for Romeo and wished he was not a Montague. Romeo, listening from below, could not stay silent any longer. He stepped out of the darkness and spoke to her. They talked for hours, sharing their love and realizing it was true and deep, despite their family's hatred. Before they said goodnight, Romeo and Juliet made a secret plan. They knew they could not be together openly, so they decided to get married in secret. They believed that their love was strong enough to overcome the feud between their families. The very next day, Romeo went to see his friend Friar Lawrence. The friar was a kind man who knew a lot about plants and herbs. He was shocked to hear that Romeo had forgotten Rosalind so quickly, but he agreed to marry the young lovers. He hoped that their marriage might be the one thing that could finally bring peace to the feuding families. With the help of Friar Lawrence and Juliet's loyal nurse, the secret wedding took place. For a brief moment, Romeo and Juliet were filled with happiness. They were husband and wife, and they hoped their love would build a bridge between their families. But their happiness did not last long. Later that same day, the hot summer streets of Verona became the scene of a terrible fight. Tybalt, still angry about Romeo crashing the party, found Romeo and his friends. He challenged Romeo to a duel, calling him a villain. Romeo, now married to Juliet, refused to fight her cousin. Romeo's best friend Mercutio could not understand why Romeo was backing down. He thought Romeo was being a coward, so he drew his own sword to fight Tybalt instead. Romeo tried to step between them to stop the fight, but it was too late. Tybalt stabbed Mercutio under Romeo's arm, and Mercutio fell to the ground, fatally wounded. Filled with grief and rage over his friend's death, Romeo forgot his promise to love the Capulets. He fought Tybalt and in his anger,